Hi guys, are the Tories finally turning on Suella Braverman? Last week was supposed to be when the Conservative government shored up its support base. The Bibby Stockholm was expected to take on hundreds of asylum seekers, but instead it saw just a few arrivals. That was of course embarrassing for the Home Office, but then the Legionella outbreak in many people's eyes sealed the deal. While Rishi Sunak has said that more barges will be used and that he has confidence in his Home Secretary, it seems Tory Backbenchers don't.
He was asked about it today. This is what Keir Starmer had to say.
The government has made a complete and utter mess of this.
What's interesting about that line from Sir Keir Starmer, that Small Boats Weeks has been a complete fiasco, is that I've heard exactly the same thing from Conservative backbench MPs from the right of the party. One of them texted me simply, PR disaster. Another one saying to me that given everything that's happened, maybe Suella Braverman should be ushered out of the Home Office. Now remember, MPs from the right of the party are those that would form Suella Braverman's base. They're now saying maybe she shouldn't have the post. I asked, how would you take that? Their response was, well, where was she last week when all of this was unfolding? Now, I've been told that she was actually working hard. We just didn't see very much of her on the TV as all of this was unfolding.
Yes, but that's typical of Suella Braverman. Whenever there's trouble, hide. Whenever there's trouble, send somebody else out in front of the cameras. She wasn't able to really do it at the Select Committee, but she attempted to do so. So she's spineless. She's a bit like Rishi Sunak. She has no, backbone whatsoever. This was presented as a flagship policy. Now, after Rwanda and the disaster of the Rwanda policy, this was supposed to be Plan B. Yeah, what we're going to do is move people from hotels onto barges. Everything will be wonderful. The racists and bigots will be happy, and the Labour Party won't be able to do anything about it. Well, it hasn't worked out very well, has it? But this, you have this cohort within the Conservative Party. He calls it the right of the party. No, let's call it for what it is, the far right within the Conservative Party, who believe the next leader should be Suella Braverman. But this isn't leadership. There's a problem, and she runs away. There's a problem, she hides her head. What she should have been doing last week was doing interviews explaining what happened, what the Home Office is going to do, how it would be resolved, what was the cause, about explaining the lack of information. But instead, who was sent out? Steve Barclay from the Health Department, not the Home Office. Like, the last we heard from a Home Office minister was Robert Jenrick, and that was before the outbreak. So there's no leadership at the Home Office, and Suella Braverman wants to be the next leader of the Conservative Party. I know leadership in the Conservative Party isn't a strong suit for any of them, but you have to appear in front of cameras when things go bad. But she runs away, like a bit like Boris Johnson. Wait and wait and wait, and then appear in front of the cameras. But she still hasn't appeared, and we've moved on from this onto NHS Week, I believe. This is a disaster. Will she resign? Will she be forced out? It's possible, because there should be a reshuffle coming, a cabinet reshuffle on the cards, and she may be moved out of that department. But who would take her place? Who would want this job? Because you have number 10 saying we need to do something about the asylum seekers, and the Home Office saying, we don't want to process claims because that would actually take away our trump card. But that's not going to resolve the problem of people in hotels. And of course, it just feeds into the far-right narrative. And many MPs within the Conservative Party are probably concerned about the Reform UK Party. Because if they don't present a far-right policy, then somebody else will. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.